Shit, bro. I have been working for an hour, actually. I am so proud of myself. I am the best. I am the greatest. The aloe vera looks pretty sweet here. This is something else. This is something else. This is the beautiful view at the sky. Well, another topic to talk about, which I find pretty interesting, which also does include some kind of metamorphosis, yeah. I realize that when I'm sitting and when I'm being calm, my thoughts are also getting calmer, which represents my voice, which represents the pace of how I am speaking. And when I'm sitting, everything gets calmer. When I'm going, everything gets faster. And it is pretty interesting. I like it. It's it's nice. So when you need to reprocess everything that you have been through in the day, you just sit down and do it step after step, really slowly. And when you need to think of something new, maybe find some ideas of something new, some creativity maybe, or something like that, you just go for a walk, and then suddenly some of the new thoughts start kicking in. And what did I exactly want to talk about with you today is the fear of being yourself. Let us call it this way. Maybe for the video I'm going to put on some of the other title, like I think in order for me to get bitches, I need to be more serious. That sounds provocative, you know. At first, women are not bitches and bitches are not women. I mean, they're somehow related, but not really that it is obvious, you know. And men can also be bitches, you know. And, well, I think that I am too funny, too absurd. No, you know, that's interesting. That's an interesting stuff, and I can't even think logically about that. Because, on one side, right now, I think I got to the point where I love myself. I like myself completely. I accept myself in my bad states of mood, in my good states of mood. However I am feeling, I am capable of going into people and accepting myself to myself, you know, being honest with myself, with how I feel right now, with how, with why maybe I can't even understand why I feel that way right now, but at least I accept that, and the understanding that it changes also did help me a lot, because before that I was in a depressive state for 2 months or 3 months, and after that goes on and on, you somehow can give up the hope that everything is going to get better, but eventually everything gets better, so don't lose the hope. And I'm pretty proud of me, and I am really funny around people in Ukrainian, of course, much more than in English or in German, because, yeah, my jokes are based around the words, based around the words that have a double meaning, or the words that I can't really explain that, but I love my jokes, even though to some of them they seem kind of childish or something like that. I love the absurdity of life, yeah, I love me, but not too much, not in a hyper narcissistic way that I'm going to say, yeah, I am the best, I am better than all of you, and I don't know, I don't know. I don't want to be the center of attention, says the man that records the video on YouTube. Well, yeah, I do record this video on YouTube, maybe because I want attention from other people. I have already talked about it in the first video that I have recorded. Maybe I do record these videos because I want attention from other people. Yeah, that's basically one of the reasons. The second reason is I want to inspire people. Maybe secretly I want people to admire me. Yeah, but I am the hearing person, I would say. I like to listen stories of people, and people do really inspire me with their stories and do motivate me to rebuild some parts of my mindset, to rebuild some parts of myself, and I absolutely love that at that point. And what I was thinking is, yeah, maybe I should get more serious, and then I won't laugh, and then people will treat me like a serious guy, and I would get all the bitches. The bitches would think, yo, he's so serious, he's so tough, he's so crazy. But it is me, it is myself. I can't pretend to be serious and tough, because eventually it will make me who I am not, or it will make me to forget who I was, and then I will get into this role so much that I wouldn't be able to go back to my old self. And that is also something I think I am afraid of. So being yourself is pretty interesting job to do, It is interesting, and it is sometimes hard because you start maybe to doubt yourself, or you start to tell yourself that you are not enough, that you need to be somehow the other person, to be loved by the others. But it's not true. It's not true, You need to be who you are. Of course, the need to change yourself is pretty interesting point, and it is also talkable, because you can change yourself, of course. You can change yourself physically, you can change yourself mentally. Maybe at some point when you think, yeah, I need to be the other guy, maybe it is the truth. But I think there is always that guy that is you, that sits inside you, but he is not fully present when you are, I don't know, in a bad state of mind. I wouldn't say that. What is this? Yo, what the fuck? I got hurt somehow. Damn, okay. Well, and I think he's not fully present when you are in depression, or maybe he's not fully present when you put shame on yourself, You need, it's, yeah, that is a good thought, but I can't really fully understand how to do and adjust it into life. not adjust, implicate this thought into life, that you're always good enough. You need to think that you're good enough. You need to think positively, and with that, you need to change yourself. You need to think that you're already good enough, but you're gonna try and go into the gym or start reading or do any of the new hobbies, and then maybe they would interest you and they would bring you some kind of sense, peace, joy, whatever. It was hard for me, for example, to do that because I was highly addicted to my mobile telephone, to gambling also, and it was hard to somehow get off the phone and start reading. Yeah, you need some preparation for that. If you're addicted, you can't just pull off a book and start reading like 10, 20, 30 pages. Like, you need to start slow. It is inevitable that you're going to start slow. You're going to start somewhere, and when you start somewhere, usually you are pretty bad at it, and you get better with the time. You get better if you got a good mentor, a good teacher, and time. And when you fully do invest your time into this thing, then you are inevitably going to get better. You are going to get good at it. The thing is, the wasted potential is when you got that one thing that requires your time. I have read it in some Telegram channel. You got that thing that requires your time to get better in it, but you don't give the required amount of time to it, or you don't give it your full attention when you're doing this thing, then that is a wasted potential. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it lagged. With that, I think I'm gonna finish this video with that potential thing. I hope it did help you somehow, maybe, and I got better at at saying my thoughts, not saying, but at the word just doesn't come to my mouth, It doesn't come in my mouth, The word doesn't come in my mouth. Okay, yeah, that's it. I wish you all a pleasant, beautiful, peaceful day, guys. Peace out. We're going to see each other in the next videos.